Hey friends, it's Jackeline here. In today's video, I'm bringing you my review, demo, comparisons, arm and cheek swatches of the brand new GOSS The Radiance Boosting Face Palette versus Patrick Ta Major Sculpt Palettes. But before we get started, and if you're new here, I hope that you will consider and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. And now, if you want to see side-by-side comparisons on my face of each of these palettes on a light to medium skin tone and mature skin, then just keep on watching. By the title and the intro of this video, you know what you're here for. So two amazing, talented makeup artists, they have come out with a very similar product. And by no means, I think that they have copied one to the other, because honestly, to develop any beauty product, it takes a year, and mostly in the times that we live right now. I mean, 2020 was canceled, so I can only imagine that they perhaps have been working on this product for about 2 years. But it really surprised me and impressed me, like how, I mean, the similarity of the products in the sense of concept. So honestly, I mean, two great minds thinking alike for sure right here. And I'm talking about GOSS and Patrick Ta. And I went ahead and purchased the three of the new The Radiance Boosting Face Palettes by GOSS and the Major Sculpt from Patrick Ta. The three different shades that each of them come with, because I want to compare them side by side on my face. So yes, we're going to go with arm swatches, and then I'm going to move forward with the application on one side of my face and then on the other side of my face, so that way it will serve you of help. Because at the end, my channel is based in a lot of reviews, everything beauty. I also do tags and whatnot. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, I hope that you take this opportunity to do so. But I think as a person who reviews makeup and beauty product in general, I think what it can help the most the consumer, mostly when they are two very similar products that are brand new to the market, is to know more about their formulation, how they apply on the skin, and also what is the shade difference on each case. Also, I will be leaving all my foundation matches on the description box below for your convenience. And if you're new here, I'm a person that I'm on my 4th floor. Yes, I'm 41 years old. So I do have texture, I do have large pores, I do have fine lines. And what I'm looking to any makeup product is to be, first of all, easy to apply, easy to blend, and that it will not emphasize my signs of aging. And also, it will be important for you to know that I do have a light to medium skin tone. Another very important thing is that I film in natural light. So if you see that change of lighting from time to time, is because, I mean, there are clouds, the sun is there, but then the cloud passes and whatnot. So just to let you know, again, I film in natural light, and I hope that serves you to see how these products will look under, again, natural light. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about each of the products. Starting with the GOSS palettes, these are made in the United States. They have a shelf life of 24 months, and they come with 16.5 grams of product, or 0.58 ounces of product. And you can find them right now at Beautylish. By the way, all the details of the makeup that I will be using today, it will be all on the description box below. And then for the Patrick Ta Major Sculpt, they also come in 3 different shades. Each of them costs $38. They are made in Italy. They have a shelf life of 12 months. And as far as weight goes, it comes with 6.8 grams of product, or 0.24 ounces of product. So yes, it's less than half that what you receive on GOSS. So for me, this review is not so much, okay, where you save the money, but I think is what works best, tones of each of the products, what looks best on my skin, and obviously formulation and easy of use. And by the way, if I haven't mentioned the Patrick Ta bronze slash contour duos, they are carried right now at Sephora. By the way, the Sephora VIB sale or spring savings event sale is coming. And if you haven't watched my recommendations video, I have actually part 1 for makeup and part 2 that it talks about everything about skincare, fragrance, hair care, I mean, you name it. So I will make sure to leave it up on the cards or on the description box below. Also, with my purchase of the Patrick Ta contour and bronzer, I went ahead and purchased the Sculpt contour brush. So this is also something new that comes with a line. I mean, it's not included, you buy it separately, but I thought, you know what, I was watching Patrick Ta on his Insta stories. I'm like, I love the brush, it looks really good. So what about if I go ahead and try it? Okay, my friends, and before I start with the application of these products, I wanna mention right here something that is super important. Wayne Goss palettes are both powder formula, while the one from Patrick Ta, one is a cream product, which is the contour part, and then the bronzer is a powder. So that is the main difference right there. After I'm done with the application, trying the products, blending them and whatnot, then I'm gonna talk about the formulation, performance, and giving you my final thoughts right then. So right now, let me just get you closer, and we're gonna start with arm swatches and then with cheek swatches. So one side I will be using Patrick Ta, my right hand side, and on my left hand side I will be using Wayne Goss. Here are the contour shades from the two palettes. Patrick Ta, from his lighter palette, she's Statuesque. From the Wayne Goss Light Gold palette, the contour shade. Patrick Ta, she's a Statuesque bronzer. Wayne Goss Light Gold bronzer. The main difference into these lighter palettes, the one from Wayne Goss, the contour side is a lot more grayish in tone. Not super gray that it gives a dirty look. In fact, it contours really well. But what I find out from the one from Patrick Ta is that it's a little bit more leaning neutral. It does have a little bit of that cooler undertone, but it's still a neutral tone. While the one from Wayne Goss, yes, it's neutral, but it does have a dash more gray in it. And then as far as the bronzers goes for these lighter palettes, the one from Patrick Ta, again, at least on this lighter palette, which is called STATUESQUE. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, and if not, I'm sorry. But this one right here is completely matte, while the one from Wayne Goss, it has a little bit of radiance, which is the type of bronzers that I truly enjoy to use. Those that have a little bit more of radiance to it. But the beautiful thing about this one right here too is that it's not a flat matte. We will talk about texture and formulation at the end of the video, but I just wanted to give you those couple thoughts. Okay friends, let me take off the foundation, these products from my face, reapply foundation, and then we will go over the medium palettes. Patrick Ta Contour from She's a Sculpt palette. Wayne Goss Contour Shade Medium Taupe from Satin Bronze palette. Patrick Ta Bronzer from She's a Sculpt palette. Wayne Goss Bronze Glow from Satin Bronze palette. Contour Chiseled by Patrick Ta. Wayne Goss Deep Taupe Contour Shade. Patrick Ta Chiseled Bronzer. Wayne Goss Copper Glow Bronzer from the Deep Copper palette. Now I'm going to be using brushes that they are made with blue squirrel hair bristles, so that way it will give me a lighter application because of the deeper shades. On this deeper shade, it seems like the one from GOSS is just a little bit more reddish in tone, or just a little bit even deeper than the one from Patrick Ta, but slightly, very minimal, a little bit. And I feel like the one from GOSS, it actually gives a more pronounced contour payoff than the one from Patrick Ta. I'm sure you can build the one from Patrick Ta, but the contour is more obvious on the one from GOSS than Patrick's. Now I'm going to swatch each of the palettes per brand side by side, but I'm going to go first contour and then bronzer. So basically I will swatch these from the lighter version, this one right here, which is the medium, and then the deep, and then I will do the same thing with the bronzer, so you can see it on my arm and you can see the difference of intensities. From Patrick Ta contour, light, medium, and deep. Now here they are the bronzers from Patrick Ta, from light, medium, and deep. Patrick Ta contour bronzers. Now let's go with GOSS palettes, starting with all the contours, and this is from the light gold palette, light taupe, medium taupe from the satin bronze, deep taupe from deep copper, now I'm going to swatch the bronzers, light gold, soft gold glow, bronze glow from satin bronze, copper glow from deep copper. Light, medium, and deep. And now here they are side by side. My right arm has Patrick Ta, my left arm has GOSS. Top are contours, bottom are bronzers. Now into my final thoughts about these products right here. And I will have to say final thoughts with a grain of salt because it's also a first impression. So definitely I will be following up with you along the entire month to see which one is the one that kind of like I'm more gravitating towards. But let's start first with packaging. So starting for the unicorns, I think they both have an excellent packaging. They have kind of like a double side inside, so that way your product arrives in safe condition. Same thing with the one from GOSS. And now talking about the compacts itself, both of them on brand. I know like this type of mirror type of packaging is kind of like Fingerland, obviously, but that doesn't take anything away from the beauty of each of the packaging. I know right now you see it all with my fingerprints, but I think the packaging is beautiful. And another thing that I want to note about GOSS palettes is like sometimes they can be a little bit hard to open, but this time around I didn't find complications at opening my palette. So basically I kind of like pressed in between the two and then I open it up. In the past I know that people have a little bit of trouble at opening his palette, so the closure is the same, but it's like the three palettes, at least the ones that I got, I didn't have any problems at opening. And closing is easy, but opening is not as hard as I find out with his eyeshadow palettes. And I just wanted to note really quick, guys, that I love the Patrick Ta dual blushes and his single blushes too, but this is the size difference right here. I just think this is worth noting right here. As far as the Wayne Goss, if we go to his blushes and even his eyeshadow palettes, but mainly talking about the blush duos, they're all the same size across the board, okay? Same size. And then as far as the Wayne Goss formulation, I mean, these two are powders. I find out that the contour formulation is a little bit not as densely packed as the bronzer. None of them is a gelée formula, but they are, and this one right here doesn't feel as loose as the contour one. And I assume, I mean, I've never have, you know, like create a product of this kind, but I think it's made in a way so it's a little bit easier to blend and to diffuse mostly the contour, so you can have a precise application but at the same time diffuse it really nicely. That's my personal thought, and I really love the formulation of the bronzer, but more than the formulation, I love the finishes of the bronzers because they all have a little bit of that sun kiss. They all have a little tiny bit of a golden undertone, not too notorious. I mean, because you are able to see that the deeper palette has even a little bit more of like a warmer tone, a little bit more of like that reddish tone, but all of them he was able to add a little bit of that sun kiss, you know, with that little golden undertone, and they all have a little bit of radiance. There's no shimmer, zero glitter, but there's some radiance to it that it just really give a lot of dimension to your face. I mean, like you can see the contrast really well, and I think that's where I feel that there's a big difference. The Patrick Ta palettes, they will give you a very subtle contour. That's what I feel about it. Very subtle contour, very consumer friendly type of contour and bronze that is not, I mean, like you get definition, but the definition is not like boom out there. Well, the ones from Wayne Goss, I think you are able to perceive on all of them that the contour is very, I mean, is there. It's not notorious in the sense like, oh, you have contour your face, but I mean, it's more chiseled. I feel that way. I think because of all the contour shades from each of the palettes from Wayne, they do have cooler undertones than the cream products from Patrick Ta contour bronze palettes that, again, it gives a little bit more of that shade and a little bit more of that definition. I don't know if you are able to perceive that on camera, but at least that's the way that I perceive it on my side. Okay, friends, and now I know your major question right here is, which one would you prefer? I think both formulations are beautiful. I mean, here we are talking about 4 formulas right here, but both products, they are beautiful. I mean, they are super easy to use. They are here to really solve that ordeal of the common consumer just like me, those that we are not makeup artists, that we just love makeup, and we are, you know, makeup enthusiasts that we just learn by, you know, trying and playing around, and sometimes we forego to do contour because it's just like, you know, one more step. And this type of product on this type of format, you know, having your bronzer and contour, I think is just so clever. I mean, like I said, I think at the beginning, you know, great minds think alike, and I feel that way about Wayne Goss and Patrick Ta. I mean, honestly, they solve right here, you know, like instead of looking for 2 products, hey, you got it all in one product. And then again, formulation, I mean, it's up to you. I think you will not go wrong with these formulas right here. They were so easy to apply, very easy to blend, as you saw on my demonstration. There were no harsh lines. I mean, they apply beautifully. Another very important point right here is that none of these formulations, whether the powder from Patrick Ta or Wayne Goss or the cream, I mean, like nothing had emphasized my enlarged pores or my texture or my fine lines, as all of the formulas apply seamlessly and in a very airbrush type of finish. Also, the cream contour from Patrick Ta is very emollient, but not to the point to be oily. So it has a little bit of grip, and when I touch it, it kind of reminds me to Tom Ford. Yeah, it does have very light texture, but Tom Ford here I have Intensity 1, and the one that I just swatched right here is from Sculpt. So you can see Intensity 1 it has more intensity and it does have a little bit more warmth to it too. And this is the medium palette from Patrick Ta, so it's not the lightest one. Also, Tom Ford has a lighter version, which is 0.5, and then they do have also a deeper version too. And then let me just show you CHISELED, which is the deepest of all three. So you can tell right there, see right there? That is a lot more reddish in tone. And as far as this 4 contour brush from Patrick Ta, I will have to say I really like the shape. I love this shape right here. I love that it's not super dense, but it's dense enough to actually pick up that cream product really well. I mean, I actually really like it. Like I said, it's not too dense, it's very soft, and I love the shape. I mean, I love these type of brushes. As you can tell, I do have a lot of brushes. I love this one also from Scott Barnes. This is perfect also for contouring. But yeah, I love these type of brushes. They are really nice, and this one is nicely made. I mean, very beautiful too, with this gold ferrule and handle. I mean, it looks very pretty. And honestly, I do not want to repeat myself. I think it's not so much in formulation. I think it's about finish. Like I said, this one right here has a very, I mean, the bronzer is velvety. I mean, like, it's super soft. And then this one right here, you will find a little bit more radiance. And again, with this one, you will find just a little bit more of that chiseled contour with the one from GOSS, and it's because of that shading that is giving you with the gray undertones. If you are more like, you know what, I'm not ready for something like this, I want something more simple, not that I'm saying that this is super notorious, but I just want to go a little bit, you know, like a step at a time, then you go with this one. I mean, price wise, obviously you get more product with GOSS than from Patrick Ta, but the price I think is really good for both being high-end brands carry at, you know, places like Beautylish and Sephora. So I think obviously you got more, you know, on these right here, but overall I think the price, I mean, to me they are well priced. Okay, my friends, so I think this makes it for this video. I hope that you found it helpful, informative, that you were able to see all the difference on these products and really assess the situation if during this upcoming Sephora VIP sale that I think when you are watching this video, it will be tomorrow, Friday, April 9th, or next tomorrow, anyhow, this coming Friday, April 9th, if you want to pick up the one from Patrick Ta, or if instead you will be going to Beautylish to pick up one from GOSS. I would love also to carry the conversation on the comment section down below. Let me know if you have already tried any of these products, if you have them on your wish list, and also let me know which of all the shades look best on me, because I really love to know your opinion. I'm so appreciative for your time, for you to be here. And while you're leaving that comment down below, I hope that you will consider and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring the post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. If you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Also share it with family and friends, and until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye.